Hello friends, today we have in our studios Mr. Anil Bijur sir. Hello sir, I welcome you on the behalf of Jnanaprabodhini. Sir will guide us about the career options banking industry. In the beginning, just introduce sir first. He has done his BSc in statistics and economics. Then he worked 33 years in banking industry, and he has also worked with Bank of India as chief manager. At present, he is working as visiting faculty in various institutes and also as a trainer in various banks. Hello sir, we'll start with our questions now. In the beginning, I would like to know about the entrance exams and various tests which students are expected to give in order to join this sector.
Banking sector is always expanding, and there are various career opportunities for the seeking in students who seek to make a career in banking.
Yeah.
The banking sector is one where there are no dearth of opportunities, no dearth about jobs, and it is one sector which is not hit by recession.
Yeah.
And therefore there are ample opportunities students can get. To make a banking in career, the first thing, as you have asked about the how to get an entry into the bank, which
Yeah.
is very important from the point of view of the students or from the point of view of job seekers. The banks are now recruiting through an institution called as Institute of Banking Personnel and Selection. This institute is an apex body formed by the banks. They conduct the entrance examination followed by the personal interview,
Okay.
and then the selection takes place.
Okay. Now, sir, please can you guide us about the eligibility for these entrances and also the interview?
The examination, IBPS conducts written examination.
Okay.
In this written examination, there are different examinations for different levels of recruitment. One recruitment level is for clerical staff. Another recruitment is for officer staff, where we call them as probationary officers. And third category of recruitment by banks is of specialist officers, where bank may recruit engineers, particularly mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, or computer engineers. For the specialist officers recruitment, there is no written test.
Okay.
The written test comes into picture only if it is a recruitment for clerical staff or for the officer's post. In this particular written examination, the students have to appear for 4 papers, plus now a new subject has been added, that is total 5 subjects. One is general awareness, then test of English, reasoning, and arithmetical awareness, that is mathematical awareness, and plus basic knowledge of computers.
Yeah. After knowing about examinations, can you please tell us now about the marking system?
There are 40 questions a student has to answer in each subject. So totally it comes to 200 questions to be solved in 200 minutes.
Okay.
The marking system is 1 mark each for each question. So 200 marks.
Okay.
The only problem students face is that there is a negative marking. That means if a student gives a wrong answer, then 0.25 marks will be deducted from the total marks that he has gained. So best way is, if a student is not very confident about the answer, he should not attempt it. Because if he attempts and gives a wrong answer, then his total marks tally will go down.
True.
So this is how the pattern. And after this, the IBPS will prepare a list. Now as per the latest changes, formerly what used to happen, the banks used to indent with the IBPS, and IBPS used to conduct the exam and then send the results to the individual banks who have indented for recruitment of clerks or officers. The latest change that has come from the last month is, now IBPS itself, after conducting the exam and after giving the students the scorecard what they have achieved in the written test, they will themselves conduct the personal interviews.
Okay.
And total tally of these marks, they will allot the selected candidates to the banks who have intended for clerks or officers. So this is going to be the latest method that the IBPS is going to adopt.
Yeah. How should our students prepare for these exams and interviews?
Now we ask about how to prepare for the exam. Here again I will make two groups of the likely candidates who appear for the exam. One coming from the rural areas with commerce background and who have done their graduation in English. Other from rural area, non-commerce graduates and did their graduation in local languages like Marathi or Hindi or something. And another category is candidates who attempt this examination from the urban areas and studied in English medium. For them, the examination may not be that difficult as compared to the rural students because of the, as you very well know, because of the level of education is better in urban areas compared to rural areas. Those who are coming from urban areas and commerce graduates, if they make an practice for every day for 3 to 4 hours religiously, then it shouldn't be a difficult proposition at all for clearing the examination. Here, as I told you, the subjects are general awareness, then English, test of English, or arithmetical awareness, reasoning. All this comes from the practice. Now let us take English. If the English subject is basic, is subject is grammar, in which they say, for example, one question may be like this, that the court has, then there is a blank, the rules, and then there are given cancelled, strike, or some other. Let us take the example of an English paper. The question will be, the court has, then there will be a blank, and it will say has rule. And options are given in that. One option is cancel, one option is strike, one option is removed. And the question will say that select the most appropriate word. So cancel or change is, though the meaning is same, here that only strike word will fit into. Because courts strike down the rules made. They never cancel the rule. So the proper English wording. So such type of questions are asked. Okay. So what happens is, if they know little bit of English grammar, which is already done in the school level, and if they make the practice by taking previous year's papers, examinations or books are available, and if they religiously do 3 to 4 hours practice before the exam for a month or so, because the time is always given. Now of course the latest advertisement has come, whose last date is today, the 5th of November, and they give almost a 1 month for the actual examination to take place. So if they make those 30 days are utilized, I don't think that they shouldn't find it at all difficult. Now students coming from rural areas, not having background of commerce or arts or science, they very well can appear for the examination, and there is, the advertisement never says that we graduates in commerce only. It doesn't say so. All graduates they say. So they can appear. But because they do not have the background of commerce subjects, they may find it difficult. Then apart from doing practice, they can take the help of a class. Actually, I am not in favor of student joining the classes, but then here there is a need, because he is little weaker, so he should take some help. As we know, when a patient is weak, we give him some tonic or medicines to support him. So class will be a supporting factor for him. But even if he joins a class, he cannot rely merely on what is taught in the class and then rest of the day he don't do anything. That will not serve the purpose. After going to the class, practice is a must, because this is an examination which is totally based on practice. Because in a given time, he has to attempt 200 questions, and that too with maximum correct answers. This will come by practice.
So for passing these entrances, Sir, after the recruitment part is done, when the students gets into the bank actually, so after that, after getting the job, what are the career opportunities for him, for his further future plans? So,
After joining the bank, now again, I always tell the candidates or aspirants that you decide banking as a career.
yeah.
If you decided banking as a career, then you have got to do, or it is required that you acquire some additional qualifications or additional skills by which you will be able to make a good career in the bank.
Yeah.
One of them is doing one examination called CIIB. This examination is conducted by Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Let me again repeat. This institute's name is Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, because there is another institute which is a private institute whose name is Indian Institute of Finance and Banking, which has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
The original apex body is Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. So it is expected that the candidates after joining the bank should and must pass out this CIB examination.
Okay.
Secondly, this IIBF conducts various short-term courses, like they call it as certificate courses, ranging from 3 months training or 6 months training. These are in short-term certificate courses are in the subjects of treasury management, international banking, risk management, corporate finance, financial management. If they do additionally this, then advancement in career becomes very easy and very fast. So after joining, one has to do these examinations.
Yeah.
Actually, we all say that the learning process never stops.
Yeah.
So this learning process or gaining additional educational, I will not say qualifications, but additional skills must be acquired by the candidates always.
Yeah. Sir, you told us about the daily preparation methods for
Yes.
students for passing the examination. I would like to ask you that what are the other skills that a student should have and how to acquire these skills, also for these examinations and also for their personal interviews after that.
I give you one small example of the question that is asked in
Yeah.
the paper of English. Now let us take mathematics. It's very simple. For example, suppose it is given 137 plus 352 plus 27 is equal to, then blank, and there are 5 figures are given down.
Okay.
So you have to write the correct total.
Yeah.
Now what is actually is how fast you are able to calculate and write the figure. Similarly, now general awareness. The paper on general awareness can be easily tackled if the candidates or if the aspirants every day read newspapers, daily newspapers. If they read, then general awareness paper can be easily tackled. For example, it says that one of the question is which is the capital of Nepal. Then they have given 5 names, Kathmandu and other, some Pokhara, some 4-5 names of the cities in Nepal. So if one is aware of geography or one is aware of reading newspapers, so because the Nepal appears so many times and we say the capital of France, so this is the one thing. Now after passing the examination, when they are called for personal interview, many students, I find, I was also on one of the interview panels when we recruit. What we find in the candidates today that when it comes to personal interview, they lack confidence.
Yeah.
They get too much nervous, and many a times we have to tell them, please drink the water which is kept on our table, which is actually meant for the interviewers, but we offer to the candidates because they are so nervous. So first of all, I will advise the aspirants or those who are called for personal interview, don't get nervous, because interview is not, we are not testing whether how intelligent you are. What an interviewer looks, or what a interviewer looks in a candidate when he walks into the cabin, comes for that, is how you will be in a situation or how you will react when you are put in an unknown situation. That is interview.
True.
Because when I enter the interview room, I am put in like a pond where I don't know swimming. Okay,
Mm.
and now I have to swim. The candidates or the interviewers ask me a question which is unknown to me. What question will come, I don't know. So if you are not nervous, then I have seen that the candidates know the answers, but because when they become nervous, they forget everything.
Yeah.
So don't get nervous, one thing. If you go confidently, what we look for is what is the confidence level of that candidate.
Huh.
If you do not know the answer, plainly say, sir, I am sorry, I do not know. But that does not mean that you can answer all the questions, sir, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know answer is acceptable for one question. If the interviewers ask 10 questions, one question if you say I don't know, accepted. But that does not mean that you can say all no answers to all the 9
Yeah.
questions remaining. So this is how you must tackle the interview. And generally for this bank recruitment,
Mhm.
the interviewers mostly ask general type of questions related to banking only. Now you may ask me saying that how they will know about banking. BCom students,
Yeah.
they have a banking subject, so they can answer.
Yeah.
Those who are non-BCom students, you every day read it in the newspaper that Reserve Bank has credit policy, monetary policy, or what is CRR, SLR, what is State Bank, its associates, when nationalizing. This is all available general related to banking. So interview can also be tackled very easily.
Yeah.
Most thing is don't get nervous, answer the questions confidently, and always keep your face smiling.
Yeah.
Okay, smiling and laughing, there's a difference. Okay.
So many aspirants are worried, and also their families are worried about the transfer orders in this sector. What is your point of view on that?
Transfers. When we are in the
Yeah.
bank, people always get scared about the transfers because it is a human nature that nobody is happy with a change. We always like to remain where we are, the same city, the same house, everything should be same, there should be no change. Now there are again two types of aspirants, or there are two types of bank employees. One feel I don't want a transfer, I don't want a change. One looks in a positive way. Suppose I am from Maharashtra, if I am posted to Gujarat,
Mm-hmm.
I am happy to go to Baroda because I find a different culture, different people, different atmosphere, and which may be able to gain me more experience or to know about more about the culture and what are the etiquettes or the culture in Gujarat. Okay,
Yeah.
so it makes me a more and more perfect man. So we always say, be always a all seasons man, not only a particular seasons man.
Yeah.
Then your viewpoint becomes limited. Then your career growth also gets affected. And transfers, bank does not transfer every 15 days to its employees. It transfer once in 3 years or once in 5 years.
Okay.
So I am sure that there is no cause for complaining for transfers. Transfer should be welcome because that is one thing in your career in banking that will help you to go ahead, because the banks looks this particular candidate or this particular bank employee has gained good experience of working in different regions, different zones,
Mm-hmm.
so he will be a more suitable man because then they will find he is a man for all seasons. And there are transfers in all the sectors.
Yeah.
Suppose you, even if you do your IAS or UPS or MPS, transfers are inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is no such today. But when it comes transfer, now IT people, they have got transfers. They are sent abroad. Then
Yeah.
everyone goes happily. But
Yeah.
if they are asked to go to Calcutta, they may not like it. So transfers one should accept. That's a part of your career.
Yeah. So towards the end, I would like to ask you about the future opportunities and availability of opportunities in the future in this sector.
Banking sector is growing, as I told you in the beginning itself. And again, banking is one sector which is ever expanding.
Yeah.
And though even there is a computerization, there are various requirement of the banks at all levels at all times. If you look at the next 10 years period or next 15 years period, banks will need a lot of workforce at the level of clerical staff, officer staff or technical staff. Therefore, there are unlimited and tremendous opportunities because banking sector is growing. And
Yeah.
today the banking sector has not remained confined only to accepting deposits and giving loans. That is the primitive banking stage. But today the banking has gone wider.
Yeah.
For example, there are different segments of banking today, like retail banking, personal banking, investment banking. So all this is creating more and more job opportunities, and banks will be looking to the workforce or to the younger generation to join the banks.
Yeah.
And there are tremendous opportunities. There will not be any dearth of opportunities, there will not be dearth of employment.
Yeah.
Only thing, how a candidate or how a student who passes his graduation would be taking advantage of this. One thing I think we didn't answer, or you had one, is whether is it necessary that you join after doing MBA or CA or CS or this additional professional qualifications. The banks, as I told you, recruit this, and banks recruit CA, CS separately. But MBAs and post graduation, they are all recruited in one category. Okay. So there are opportunities, good monetary benefits, and I see banking is a very good career for all those who are interested in a service industry, because banking is a service industry.
Yeah.
Those who like to give service will have a better future in the
Yeah.
banking sector.
Yeah. Sir, I'm grateful to you. You come over here and guide our students, and all our students must benefit out of this interview. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and inviting me to explain.
Yeah.
And I wish to those who are listeners too that all the best to them, and they must make a sincere and serious effort to get into the banking sector.